Hey everyone! Today I wanted to do a fun video on failure, the fear of failure, and how I deal with failure. Spoiler alert, not well. All my life, I've wanted to be an artist. I honestly can't even remember when I decided I wanted to be an artist. All I can really remember is that Claudia Kishi from the Babysitters Club was my idol. She was so cool, she was an artist, she loved junk food, she had the coolest style. I basically modeled my styling after her. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at things, I grew up in a small town that didn't offer drawing classes, and in all honesty, I had a very short attention span and got frustrated very easily, so maybe I wouldn't have stuck with them anyway. However, my love of art and wanting to be an artist never ceased. A lot of summers, I would just check out a bunch of books from the library and try to teach myself. I would do pretty well for a little while, wouldn't be making any progress, give up, and move on to other things. I kept trying all through high school, and I even took a few classes in college. I didn't really get much out of those, but even after college, I decided to keep trying to teach myself how to draw and maybe make some breakthrough. I'd find different books, and I would try different techniques, thinking maybe this is the thing that would stick with it, or stick with me. Unfortunately, throughout the years, it has been failure after failure after failure. Let me show you some of my sketchbooks, because buying sketchbooks makes you a better drawer, right? Or a better artist. Unfortunately not. For example, here's a sketch from 2012. So I guess 2012. I would try different things. These minifigure sketches were kind of cool. I tried to do anime or cartoons. That's a clear failure. Tried different facial features. There's one example. In my bigger sketchbook, I would just basically do what I could and tried my hardest to try to improve. Looking back, I think one of my main issues was I really didn't have any references to go by, and even if I did have references, I honestly only had the book learning and no one to actually teach me how to apply that. So anyway, I think that's a good example of my many failures. So when I came to art, I kept trying and trying and trying and trying again. Here's a crayon one I did in 2011. I thought maybe crayon would be the key. It was a pretty good book. I just couldn't stick with it. Here are other things I've tried. Fast forward to 2022. At the end of 2021, I decided 2022 was going to be the year that I learned how to draw. I found a book on drawing 30 seconds or a minute or something like that every day, or teaching yourself, where it was like step by step. So I started with that. Here are a few examples of things I did. Eventually I decided, oh, here's one that's pretty good. Probably doesn't show up very well. It's a chair I drew from observation, which is pretty amazing for me. So anyway, eventually I decided I wanted to do color. So after I drew for a month or two every day, or almost every day, with just my pencil, I decided I want to try color. Knowing how clumsy I am, and since I am in a new house, I didn't want to spill paint or have the prospect of spilling paint over on my floor, or have to worry about ventilation. I live in a cold climate, so in the wintertime I couldn't open up windows or anything like that. So I discovered colored pencil. I went on YouTube, of course, to find tutorials to help me do better because I wasn't getting anywhere when I was trying myself, and I discovered Kirsty Partridge. She is amazing. Her videos just clicked with me. I decided to go for her online course, and as they say, the rest is history. So I want to show you a few things that I've done since, or my first things. They still were very far from perfect, but I at least was motivated. I was making progress. Things were looking up. So this is the first one that I did. of a little tulip, obviously, or rose, or whatever this is. I found these online, but I thought they were very good practice to start with. I was happy how they turned out. This is a succulent of mine. One of the first ones I had tried to sell. When I decided to try to start selling art, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing with that either. Here's another one that I did from an online source, and this one I believe someone in my family took a picture of. So anyway, the next step then was maybe I should try to sell my art. Unfortunately, that has not been going well at all. In all honesty, I really haven't been trying to sell my art for that long. I started, or reopened my Etsy shop back last fall, probably right after the Christmas rush, which was bad timing, and it just hasn't been going well at all. I haven't had any sales, hardly had any views, so I'm facing again failure. But one thing I've learned about failure is you have to just keep going. Unfortunately, it's very hard. As I had alluded to, I don't handle failure well. I can't tell you how many times I thought, I'm just gonna give up. Enough, I've had it, I'm defeated. But I just keep going. Social media is very rough. Instagram has totally changed. I was growing so well, and now I can't get followers to save my life. So I thought I'd come over here to YouTube and torture you guys over here. But I just thought everyone deals with failure. Unfortunately, failure is part of life. So we might as well talk about it. If we don't fail, you know, we'll never try anything new, we'll never grow, we might never find out something that we truly enjoy and maybe that we're actually meant for. So while I have plenty of days where I just want to sit and watch TV and give up on everything and just live a sedentary life where I don't challenge myself at all, unfortunately, I just keep coming back to it. So tell me in the comments, are you like me where the fear of failure is almost crippling and you'd rather not try anything new and just go on living in a happy existence? Or do you like the challenge and face failure head on, knowing that you'll conquer it? Or if you don't, you'll just figure out some other way to make it happen? Or are you somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. We're all in this life together and we'll all fail at some point.